Please wait a moment as we get ready for the DJC Game Studios live stream. Pairing with Merlin and connecting.
Hi, it's me, Dyna Blaster. You might have known me as Bomberman. I'm a really good multiplayer game, and I'm sealed in the cellophane still. All right, that's enough. Welcome, everyone.
I know it's sealed. I've already been told to eat something. I ate earlier. Thank you.
We got a poll going right now for your basically your favorite back in the day original Intellivision game that inspired you to kind of support Intellivision in a whole up to this day. You can only fit 4 things, so I left out the sports things. We'll do something separate for that. But for right now, it's kind of the big sort of first-party titles. I did throw Burger Time in there, so I guess that's a third party. But so it's Burger Time, Astro Smash, Night Stalker, and I don't remember. And of course, Cloudy Mountain, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. What? Oh, and I'm getting an echo. Let me turn that off. All right. Yeah, so that's what's going on in the poll. So vote now, and I'm going to change it to the sports games after that. We're going to talk some Sega Genesis since there's really no news right now.
We're going to go poll crazy, aren't we?
We're going to go crazy.
So go every Wednesday. Crazy. Got it. We got a Pop and Chat in here. Retro Bros in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still here. Stewie Graphics 16's here. Brother Mike's here. DeLorean. Cam's here. Back from the Dead, TV's Hasselhoff, Jan's in here, John Alvarado's in here, Jeff Davis was in here. I don't know if he's still in here. Tons and tons of awesome people in the chat. Hi, everybody. If I didn't mention your name, please don't take offense. I often lose track of names. Oh, there's Panda Sub.
Flamingo Montoya better be here tonight, or I'm
apparently people want to see my shirt.
Whoa! Yeah, shut up, Flamingo Montoya. You don't know what you're saying. You could be. Just be quiet. I'm just kidding. But he's very positive, a very positive outlook. John Alvarado, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. The dork side.
I learned something about John Alvarado today. He apparently did not have any television growing up.
Television. Oh my!
Did not. He had limited exposure to it, which is more exposure than I had to it, quite frankly.
I played the television. What's up, TJ? I played the television at friends' homes as I was an Odyssey 2 kid.
I was a ColecoVision kid, and then an NES kid.
Next Level Gaming. What's happening? The original Next Level Gaming.
That's right.
Yeah, there's Jeff Davis right there. Trying to catch up.
Salvatore just popped in. And we've got some people in here that I haven't really seen before, like the Super Graphics 16 gentleman. I don't think I had seen him before.
Because I didn't update the Gamers Guild tag. I need to get
Mr.
with
Warrington. I think I'm pronouncing that badly.
Everything's connected, so
he's kind of new. At least to me, anyway. Maybe I'm just bad at paying attention to chat.
Hasselhoff in the house. Sorry, yeah, I'm slowly. You did play a lot of D&D growing up, so okay, so I'll vote for you. Okay, there you just played Advanced. You just played Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, Stash cool. Nick, George James is in here. Lance Jennings just popped in. Hi, Lance.
Stashnet.
Christopher Westerman's in here. Always good to see you, man.
Salvador. I know there's so many. Here we go. There's Lance, Mr. Lance Jennings. Whew, which of the 4 games came first? It was probably, I want to say Astro Smash or Night Stalker. I know the other 2 came later.
I voted for Night Stalker because I like the aesthetic of Night Stalker.
Yeah.
I see why Astro Smash might be a more iconic game for most people, though.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's happening, Fastback?
Hey, Fastback.
Oh, my God.
It's always good to see John Alvarado in the chat.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for spending time to hang out with us, my man.
I know. And, of course, the legendary
Slappy Marsden's in here.
Slappy Marsden. Slappy, what's happening, sir? Yeah, no, I bet we were just having a talk before we came on air about Evercade. I just finally got this in the mail, and that is my Jellico collection. I haven't even opened it yet, and I cannot wait to play this. This has Astenix and Bases Loaded, Totally Rad, Brawl Brothers, City Connection. There's going to be a lot of good ones on this, and I cannot wait.
See, I'm not a sports guy. I'm not
really not either, though. I'm really not either. It's just there's certain ones, like there's certain golf retro, and it's usually retro only, like golf games. Like my last sports game that I actually played to death was NHL 2004 for the original Xbox. So I don't really have like too much in Sega Genesis NHL 94. So it's mostly, as you can see, it's mostly hockey and golf. And then the old stuff like was in television baseball because I was playing with it with my dad and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And some friends too. Retro Bro says I have a little buyer's remorse when it comes to Evercade VS now since I'm building a new Pi 4 with you with your legal ROMs. Well, I tell you what, dude, like the Evercade, I love the Evercade, but I also have a lot of critique with the amount of crap that can be put on a cartridge. Like when I picked up that Tanglewood, we were saying this earlier, the Tanglewood Xenocrisis, I was like, wow, 2 solid, amazing games without a bunch of crap on there. Like, let's get right to it. I would rather the cartridges have or put 10 good games. I guess, you know, I don't know. I just feel like there's too much crap on there and not enough quality. But for $20, it is still worth it. And I'm collecting every cart, so I'm just slowly.
Yeah, I think with me, it comes down to not so much buyer's remorse. It's more about discovering games I might not have discovered any other way. Yeah. And that's kind of a recurring theme whenever I do a video on an Evercade cart. Is it's not so much like I couldn't play these in any other way because I could if I just went and downloaded the ROMs. But there's fun games I've found that I really enjoyed that I would not have given a second thought had I seen them like just on their own. I probably wouldn't have played them. And that's what's neat about it for me. So, but I totally get the buyer's remorse on that. I can totally get it because the licenses on some of these are just.
I want a VS.
Like there's like one good game on it, and the rest of it's just bad.
I can tell you too. I'm going to make a lot of people angry when I say the 3 carts that I think I will never play again, but I will keep for the collection. I think you already know a few of them. So
I'm guessing Mad Cats is like 2 of them.
Oh yeah, let's see that, and
I have not played Gravitar Recharged. I don't have the VCS, and I haven't really been picking those up on the fly.
That one is one of my
Which one is that? Is that the
disliked ones? Is Mega Cat Collection 1.
Okay, Mega Cats. Okay, so that was I was right on one of them.
And then Worms. And then I didn't absolutely hate this, but I'm just not into it. But this will be my
Oliver Twins. I noticed that one from the cover.
But these 3, like you'll sit on my shelf, you know, because they're part of the collection. But the best stuff was like the arcade ones. Because that's what you know, like the big arcade, the Data East arcade. They're all
that's a really solid card, man. I like that
100%. You know, yeah,
and a couple of people are agreeing. It's more about the discovery than it is like the main thing, anyway.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what it is. You know, and speaking of like the Recharge series, you know, it's like a lot of hidden gems there is. What's happening, Casey?
Hey, Casey.
I feel
and
like
after Burnett, happy to see you as well.
Man,
Sorry I didn't say hi. Jose
love
Perez is in here. That's cool.
Yeah, Worms. A lot of people think Worms is awesome, but like I don't like it. But I'm a Bomberman guy, and some people don't like Bomberman. I think it's that same kind of thing. It's that battle game, you know, that you just like either have the Gremlin cart. Let me not say I have to get that one still.
I haven't picked that one up. That was one of the newer releases, wasn't it? It was that one and the renovation one that just got released.
Yeah, it was Morph Cat was the other one, which I don't have yet either. Because there's Morph Cat, which is hopefully better than Mega Cat. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of them, and like I said, I'm not. Some people have favorites, some people don't. You know, like if I grew up playing Worms, or I played it back in the day, and my only experience was on this cart, and I just didn't enjoy it.
I've yet to find a cart, at least out of what I have so far, which is admittedly not as many as you have.
Yes, please.
And I didn't find at least one game I enjoyed.
Darkside says, I agree with you. I played my Worms cart one time, never play it again. Yeah,
Worms is one of those weird ones. It's part like tower defense, like those old tower defense, where you shoot missiles at each different mountain and you're trying to take things out. It's part that and part like tactical RPG kind of thing, depending on the title. It's kind of a weird series.
Yeah, what's going on with the VCS, by the way?
I have no idea.
Are they pulling support for that? Is it just done?
I'm waiting on it to go on sale again. I was talking to talking to Brother Mike, and he's got it doing like all sorts of cool emulation and stuff now, and that's another neat option for that. I wouldn't want to pay like say $400 for it, but the $100 they had it for, maybe $200 again. If it hits that, I'd be down for.
I would have been down at like $80 or $90 just because if they have more exclusives, like that's kind of the reason to buy a consoles, because you can only get them on that. But at the same time, it's also the experience. I understand the experience of playing an Atari game on an Atari console with maybe the Atari joystick, you know, that I understand. But yeah, for $100, that's it. That was the whole thing on AMICO is everything they had in one way or another was exclusive. And a lot of the stuff is created like Astro Smash and Reimagine that you're not going to be able to find in other places.
Well, plus, and that's what the Recharge series is supposed to help with, but it's not platform exclusive, which is the slight disappointment. Because that would be a big draw to that console if those were exclusive to just the VCS.
Whoops, I just highlighted that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up.
At least for the retro community, it would be.
Best Buy is the only vendor left. They'll be next to clear out. Okay, so that's good to know. Because I might just get one. I don't even know. I might just keep it in the box just to have it. I did that with an Ouya. I just kept it in the box. The PS1 Worms is the fun one. The other two games I haven't used. Yeah, I guess if I learned on it a little bit more. What's happening? I don't know. In the VCS, like I almost like if the good news is good news, or I should say if the news is good news that's coming out at the end of the month, that they're going forward and things are looking good for AMICO, I wouldn't mind a collection of those Recharge games in the near future to play on there.
Yeah,
especially stuff like Tempest and Black Widow and stuff that you could use that dial and Breakout. All that stuff with a dial, Missile Command, you could basically use that as your trackball. You know, that's the way I look at it. Yeah, E King says the exclusivity of the AMICO is a very big reason why it's failing. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, right?
Well, I mean, it's not out yet, so I mean, I can't judge its success because it doesn't. Yeah. It's not in the market right now.
Yeah. But yeah, like as far as the Atari VCS, I don't know, because I think that's what was it a couple of weeks ago we were talking about that.
I don't know if Atari will go away completely.
I mean, they're still doing.
I kind of hope not.
Just hardware reasons, I'm guessing. I guess they were just
hardware. As a publisher, I kind of hope not.
Yeah, like as a publisher, I'm sure they're still going to do, because the Recharge series is on Switch and PS4 and all, or PS5.
Yeah, it's on multiple platforms. Right? Yeah.
So yeah, which I guess.
But I think there are like exclusive stages and stuff like that on the VCS only, and so that's the incentive to get it there as opposed to get it on another platform.
Right. Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind seeing some of those.
I think they do have a handful of exclusives. We talked about this last week, I think, and somebody in chat mentioned that they had like, I want to say it was like Rear Gunner, and then there was one or two others that they mentioned that were exclusive only to the VCS. So they do have a few exclusive titles. They're just, it doesn't have an advertising budget, and I think that's part of its problem.
Didn't Tommy say there's 10%? Not
I
that
have
I'm
no
aware of.
idea.
Yeah, I think there's about 1 million stories of speculation out there. I am gonna wait until I hear something official. That's all like hearsay, and I've been watching so much of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. That's hearsay, speculation, hearsay, speculation. Oh my god, I watched that today, and it was just like, oh,
I can't do
her
it. Man.
Lawyers
I can't
so
watch
bad.
it.
She couldn't even get a question in because they just kept going, "Are you kidding me, Your Honor?" It's so bad. Yeah, I kind of want to get one, E King. Like, I just, because I mean, I heard you could even like use them as a computer, like a.
That's what a couple people are doing now. I know that's what Mike used his for. He set it up as an emulation machine.
Panda Sub 2000. While I don't understand the appeal of Evercade personally, it's clearly the truth to understand the retro market can be. They have. They've been keeping it. They haven't been like crazy big, but they've been keeping it steady.
They understand the collector market is what they understand more than the retro market. Because all the carts are numbered. They all come with manuals. They all come with boxes. They're all uniform boxes. It's very much ticks all the little collector boxes for video games.
Yeah, if he did, like I said once again, I don't think that's anything official, but yeah, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I don't know, and I legit don't know.
DCS is a terrible computer. No, I already have a computer. I just heard that you can use it for setting up classic gaming or running like classic games on. If I got it, I really would want it to play whatever exclusives they have, and then to play Atari games. For $100, that'd be totally worth it. Look at exclusives don't sell consoles. Value does. Look at the Ouya had exclusives and failed. Yeah, I mean, I picked up a Ouya at the flea market like a year and a half ago for $15 new in the box, and it's still sitting over there on my shelf just because I was like, oh my god, that's that thing everybody was talking about. So I picked it up.
Yeah, I saw them in the store several times, and I just never picked one up. It looked too much like it was trying to be like the Apple Store and all that in its early inception. A lot of it felt like the same kind of level of game, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want this. This isn't really calling out to me right now, so I just didn't buy one.
Yeah. When they first announced it, I was gonna pre-order, and then I never did because I just didn't have the money or whatever it was the reason. I guess I wasn't as much into it as because I was a television guy, but I also played a lot of Atari at my cousin's, so. Yeah, I am so addicted to that trial. Like at least twice a day, I'm like clicking on it, going, "Oh my god, this is just like."
I can't do it, man. I don't want to get sucked into it. I can't do it.
Today was great. I literally was just watching it before I hopped on here, or like watching recaps and stuff and like the breakdowns. Have you guys seen the remix of the "My Dog Stepped on a Bee"? And she does the fake cry after that. And they're like, and then everybody's rhyming that, and there's all these. It's almost like a TikTok thing of people going through it and rhyming the word "bee," and then afterwards they go, "It's like so funny." Oh yeah, I've been watching that. Sorry, back to gaming.
Lord,
our VCS is not a bad computer. I think it's computer VS. Yeah, it's probably not a good PC, right? Well,
that's okay. Afterburner. Thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah, dude, I love that name, by the way. Good.
Oh, so he's reviewing the VS for his magazine. I like the VS, man. I was on the fence on it when I picked it up, but the more I take it around with it, the more I kind of like it.
What do you guys think about Ian's GoFundMe? I've heard about this.
What?
I don't even know. I guess he had like a
What has he got a GoFundMe? What's going on?
And I'm not a fan of the CU podcast at all, but I think that I just now hearing about this. I didn't even know that he had like a medical GoFundMe. Is he a scammer? GoFundMes are legal, so if someone sent him money and he went and spent it on a bunch of toys, I guess don't send the guy money anymore. I guess
I don't follow Pat Ian, and I'm not going to say somebody's a scammer if I don't know the situation. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
It's funny though.
I don't know how well this channel's doing or what he does as a side job, if he has a side job.
Isn't that dude making like good money off
I don't think he's only got what I think he's under 100,000 subs, isn't he? I don't know.
No, I'm talking about like,
doesn't
he make something off the CU podcast? Doesn't Pat at least take care of his employee? Isn't that like his?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I'm getting into stuff I don't know.
I don't know. I legit don't know. He may have legitimate medical reasons and need help. And if you feel inclined to help the man, go help the man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you give him the money, you took getting the money. I just bought Defender the Crown Homebrew. Looks like a good game. Dude, is that Blue Sky Rangers one? Because I am about this close to trying to get it. I'm just waiting to get some money to do that. I just did some amazing pickups at a game store. But anyways, yeah, that's always fun. Love the VCS, but only for the Atari operating system, Atari Games. See, that's why I would basically get it.
See, I don't have any draw to that. I could see using it as an emulation machine or using it to try out some of the Atari games with the original controller. Because I feel like if you're going to jump into Atari, at least the 2600 era of things, you should probably have a controller that's more indicative of it. And then it looks like they replicated that controller pretty well. By reports, it's not constructed. It doesn't feel solid.
You talk about the original classic, right? Yeah,
right. But it looks like it does the job. So that would be neat to experience.
Yeah, there's a lot of that would be the reason to pick that up, and I probably will when they go. If Best Buy does a clearance on those, then for sure.
Yeah, if they do a clearance and I can catch one for like $100, absolutely. I'll probably pick one up.
Absolutely, I've seen them at we have I don't know if you guys have Micro Centers, which is like a
yeah, I've got a Micro Center near me.
So Micro Center was carrying them for a while because I go there to get arcade supplies a lot, and I think they got rid of them a while back, but they were selling them for full price. They were like $3 something or $4 something, depending on the memory or whatever. But they still sell all the accessories and controllers.
See, my concern is a lot of the draw on that and all that would be up on servers. And what happens when those servers go down? Does it just become a computer box at that point? Like, how much of it would you be able to keep? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because imagine if they stop supporting the hardware, the servers are not long for this world either. They'll probably be toast.
See, that's what I don't, and I'm not just trying to rip on modern gaming, but once again, it's like that's why I wish things still took some sort of actual physical on certain things, just because what happens, we're still playing stuff from 40 years ago, but what happens to a PS5 or an Xbox One or even anything new, after like 20, 30, 40 years, is it just a paperweight at that point? Or do you
a lot of these are games. A lot of these are games as a service anyway, right? So they're multiplayer only or heavily multiplayer focused. So like your Battlefields, your Call of Duties, the storylines on those you might still be able to play, sort of. But even that, they're starting to drip feed, like a stage here and there. They're not giving you the full campaign at the beginning. That was my big problem with the one that came out on the PS5. I picked it up intending to play it with some of the guys, but I wanted to play through the story so I could get used to the controller and the controls, because it's been ages since I seriously tried to play any shooter on a console, much less any Modern Warfare game. I wouldn't have known what the buttons were. I'm like, cool, let's get used to this on the single-player campaign. What do you mean I have one stage in my single-player campaign and nothing else is available? And they were drip-feeding level after level after level, and I'm like, screw this. I'm done.
Yeah, Panna says the physical argument doesn't apply anymore due to the online patches set, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So they're saying, so basically it's all up of the whatever console it is holding up, basically making sure it's holding up and being able to take that upgrade years down the line.
Okay.
So I guess that's what that means, I guess.
Well, if they could compilate the whole thing and put an image up somewhere or, remaster it, which I don't think I've ever seen them do with like, a lot of Last of Us has been remastered like a dozen times within 2 generations.
Yeah,
which is insane because they're going to remaster it again for the PS5. I'm like, holy crap, guys!
That's what I like. Like the Switch,
I think just got a re-release.
There's like 3 friggin' Street Fighter collections I think on the Switch that I can't wait to get just because.
Oh, dude, the Street Fighter collections are great, man. Those things are fantastic. And Perez says he thinks you can mess with the Atari OS and all the games can be played offline. So that would be cool.
Yeah, so it's basically loading them to the hardware, and that's
You have to make sure you keep the hardware in good working order, right?
Yeah. Right. They'll be piling up in the recycling facility. Panda says I plan on on being a politician, so make sure to fund my campaign. I'll be part of the puppet party.
Puppet party.
I will recognize you.
You will be recognized.
I will recognize you, sir.
I won't.
Remember the recognizer?
I won't recognize you at all, sir. What do you think of that? How does that make you feel?
E-King says,
how does that make you feel?
It's an awesome game, but you don't need a VCS to play it unless you want to use classic joystick rotation. See, that's, to me, would be the way.
See, that would be a cool draw, is the control scheme. And if you could get that controller, which it may work on a PC. Like, if you bought it on PC and got it connected to there, that might work. Because you could buy it. You used to be able to buy the controller separately, I thought.
Now, I thought the VCS had exclusive content to each of the Recharge games that the Switch versions and other versions don't have.
That was my understanding as well.
That's what I thought. So that'd be another reason to get a VCS for that.
Like I said, I'm not a VCS expert. I haven't really dug too deep into it because I wasn't totally sold on it, so I just haven't looked into it that deeply.
I'm sure being refunded the people the insurance cover probably kept the copay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know too much about it. But everybody's been talking about it. I don't really get too much.
I didn't even know it was a thing until you.
I don't get too much into YouTuber drama, but I do know about it. I do know about it. Panda Sub 2024. You mean Puppet Sub 2024? Oh, did I just come up with your campaign slogan?
I think you did.
Oh, I'm gonna be part of the poop party.
John's gonna put his sign up on his front lawn. That's dope.
If you run for us, yes, Panda.
Don't
pander to him. All right,
I feel like we've been pandering a lot tonight.
Crickets? I just heard. VCS is the only way to play the Recharge games with the classic controller rotation spinner as far as now. Okay, so that would be a reason to get that. So I'm gonna keep a lookout if they clearance that for sure. Hasselhoff says Gravatar released early on VCS, which was nice. They were planning to do that with the eventual Food Fight. Dude, I would love to see Food Fight. I'll be running in Ontario, in the States, and everywhere. You're going global, so he's basically world domination for this puppet party.
Yeah, he's going for puppet world domination.
Thank you, everyone, for your support. I don't know this, Ian. Does anyone know where to buy a second classic controller? They seem to be sold out everywhere. Dude, I was just saying, try Micro Center. I saw a bunch of them there, and I guess if the Best Buy doesn't have them.
I wonder if you could hook those up to a PC. I wonder what functionality you get out of that.
An independent party.
Oh, I almost missed that. Good call. Nice one, John. Nice.
Missile Command Recharge is better on Steam, though, because it has track. Oh, now that's the way you got to play Missile Command.
Yeah, that could be really good.
I always wanted, I passed up on buying a Missile Command, like the actual stand-up. They're like little short wide body machines, and it was so much fun. I used to play it at the game store. I go up and I'm like, I want to buy this, but I'm like, I don't have the money.
Sanderso's been campaigning since 2000.
I shall puppeteer ... the world. Jan says Panda Sub Alvarado 2024. This is getting big right now. 1 inch. What is happening, sir?
But if it's a full puppet party, John Alvarado has to get a puppet version of himself. And then only speak at the podium as a puppet.
Maybe the mustache is a puppet. Hello.
Hey, there you go.
He might pop off and hang the sign on the lawn and come back.
There you go.
Yes, that's your size for the universe.
Big.
Speaking of big, I just had a big pickup of Sega Genesis pickup.
Before you get too deep in there, high 1 inch biceps.
Yes.
Welcome to chat. Sorry, go ahead. Continue. My bad.
Put a Panda Sub. Dorkside says he'll put a Panda Sub just so his dog could pee on it. He's going to put the sign in.
It's a good campaign. For me to a poop on.
Poop on?
Uh-oh, gotta
go. All right. It's better when I don't turn
Jan,
them on.
to answer your question from way earlier, no news. If we knew news, you would know news. We have no news.
For those things that got 15 votes, only got to get a few more billions. So close. Missed it by that much. No, but I had some really cool pickups. I got to show you one though that's like the funniest looking cover art and probably going to be the silliest game to play.
Were you mentioning like Buster Douglas boxing or something like that that you picked up as well?
I will pull that out as well. Actually, I'll pull everything I got out. Why not? So I had traded in my a lot of games that I just wasn't playing and stacks of stuff that I just didn't even have on display. Anyways, I also did all my Master System games. I just can't get into enough to spend enough to collect for that and Genesis. So Genesis won. So I found this awesome store called.
I think if you were going to pick Master System or Genesis to collect for, I would go for Genesis. Master System is neat, but I never really got into that one. And the games are very hit or miss what I have played. Not to say that there's not good stuff there. I just haven't dug deep enough to find a lot of it. What I haven't played hasn't felt as tight or as clean as what the NES had going on at the time.
I'm sorry, Jan. There is no news. We're just waiting for official news. Apparently,
yeah, no news, man. So. Sorry.
I'm sorry. That's what we're talking general gaming as well. But we can talk about and speculate what.
We don't answer AMICO questions on AMICO F forever. That's
I know. Right, I apologize, but we will. If you throw a question up, I'll pull it up. But yeah, Buster Douglas knockout boxing.
Yeah, that's the one you were talking to me about when I was doing the Tyson stream.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is a great looking game. It's just the art style is just amazing on it. And then so this is one I found. It's called Fighting Masters, and there is a lobster man.
That looks so weird.
As a lobster man.
That looks super weird.
It looks really cool, to be honest. So this is my next video is Fighting Masters. I also picked up because my dad. This is one of the last games my dad played.
It's called AMICO News forever. John Alvarado's killing me.
Hey, John, we don't have any.
He's just like nailing singers.
But this is one of the last games me and my dad played together because he passed away.
I never got into golf, but Arnold Palmer golf, man.
So we went.
It was when you played with your dad.
Yeah, absolutely. we played PGA Tour or PGA golf on original Intellivision, and that's growing up. He played it more than I did, but then later on in the late, almost getting into 1990 or 89 or 90 or whenever that catalog came out, was Chip Shot Super Pro Golf, the second run of Intellivision, and he got that one and played the heck out of it. And then NES, the regular golf with Mario, and then after that we got TurboGrafx 16 Turbo or Power Golf. And then after that was this one, and that's as far as he made it. But
yeah, golf was unlockable on the Switch somehow, I think, at one point.
Oh, that's cool.
Or God, shoot, I'm trying to think. Was it Iwata who made it?
Hot Shots Golf. Oh yeah, I forgot about Hot Shots Golf. I actually had that on Xbox because I think it was on both.
Hot Shots Golf also hit the PSP. I think they have one for it as well.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Jan. Yeah, Silent Period should end by end of May, so we might be happy. We'll know maybe the next. Yeah, we got.
I'm not holding anybody to any hard dates at this point. I'm just gonna go on with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. That's the
WrestleMania.
Hearsay. No. Yeah, Super WrestleMania. I still want to get WrestleMania the arcade game, but I picked that up. And then I'm trying to get all three of the Batman games. The first one is absolutely expensive. It's like over $100 some, so I'm waiting on that one. But in the meantime, I got Batman Forever. And of course, great cover up photo, by the way. Batman Returns.
Yeah, that's a good cover photo. The main one of those I remember was the original Batman game on the Genesis.
And then I got.
They made it like within a year of making the one on the NES.
Yeah, I had to get that.
Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, if you got a 6-button pad, that's probably pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way to play that one.
And then I WWF Raw.
See, I never got into wrestling games. I never could get a feel for them.
But yeah, that's today this just came in the Jellicoe collection, like I said at the start of the show. So I have a lot of stuff to do videos on, and I cannot. Well,
that's what I thought one day, Biceps. I thought Hot Shots Golf showed up on the PSP. I remembered it being there. Of course, my memory. I'm old. So
Jan says, "I demand AMICO News." I mean, I can make stuff up.
I mean, we can lie to you. I mean,
I heard they just did an announcement officially. Cat Fighter will be being ported to all consoles.
But they had to get a new developer because that guy was way too flaky. So they swindled the rights off of him for like half a beer.
Wait, for what game?
Cat Fighter.
Cat Fighter! Hey, we haven't had one of those in a while, so why not? Send Candyman to retrieve the news. I want to be the official Uranus ambassador.
I'll get in there deep and I'll clean up the crap.
Yeah, we all hope it happens, man.
PS Vita. Okay. The Vita has it as well then. I don't remember if I had the Vita or the PSP or if I had both.
Swingers Gold on Game.
I think I had both.
No kidding. Yeah, I'm catching up here. Chad's going nuts.
Oh, no, Chad's been going like crazy. We just haven't been interacting like we should.
I know.
That's on us.
Oh, I cannot wait to play. Dude, I will buy that day one. Is it? I'm guessing it's coming to Switch, PS5.
I need to try watching AEW. I just never catch it anywhere.
I love it. I
don't watch. I sporadically watch wrestling, but the last time I tried to watch it was like WWE, and it was so boring. I'm just like, no, I'm done.
You can't say you pre-order. Yeah, it's not possible right now. Yeah, I would buy a Cat Fighter thing in a beat in a second. Any up done on refund delays? Hopefully we hear something on that.
I haven't heard anything, man.
Like, I think the quiet thing
that goes into the classification of news, which we don't do here on this show lately.
We will. As soon as it becomes available, I guarantee you I'll do a video or we'll go live.
We literally just don't have news.
Swingers Golf, I believe, was made by one of the devs that made original Hot Shots. Okay.
Nice.
You know what they should do, unless, don't quote me, I might be wrong. Did they ever do Dead or Alive Golf? Like, the girls that do the volleyball? Like
no, they did. The only thing they've done is that Extreme, which was like, it was volleyball. I think they had jet skiing on there at one point, and then a bunch of like suggestive pool games and like pool. I mean, like an actual pool, and like cards.
Look at his legs.
What are we doing? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. I almost picked up.
I'm just looking at his speaker jump, going, "This is weird."
Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, then give me all of your money for my campaign.
Okay, so you watch AEW on their YouTube channel. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I got it on. I got Hulu with unlimited, the live TV. So
we might start getting Hulu. I am Orville's supposed to start popping back up there, and I love that show.
Liquid Nate, what's happening? The AMICO will still come out though, right? I hope so. That's what I'm hoping. There's some.
We have no news.
We have zero news, but we're hoping that
we can't say for sure one way or another that thing's coming out. Yeah. I have no idea. I'm hoping so. I would like to see it come out.
Yeah, hopefully they'll answer what's going on with refunds as well, because I know a ton of people are talking about that.
Yep. I know a lot of people really want to know the answer to that, and I think at some point they owe them an answer one way or another.
Fighting Masters is like Cat Fighter without the cats or swords. Oh, that sounds terrible.
That sounds awful, actually.
The Flamingo needs DJC wristbands. I could put one around his neck. 68 Camaro says at least the sex bots have stayed away so far. Wait, here comes
as
one.
As soon as you speak, they'll probably show up.
Hello.
Has a wild rab appeared? Hello? This looks like nothing.
Hey, big sexies.
Wild rab has appeared.
All right. Just filling in the role of the
that's cool, Matthew.
Miscellaneous bots.
Full faith.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, we as soon as we said sex bots, all of a sudden Rab pops.
All of a sudden, Rab pops up. He's all down for the sex bots.
With no avatar.
They're all me. I'm just trying to send traffic to the channel, Chuck. Sorry.
That's fair. Yeah. Can you have them all sub to my channel and then actually watch something, but not put a nasty link in there?
All right.
You ask for a lot. You ask for a lot.
I know. I have demands, sir.
Speaking of nasty links. Remember the Atari links? No, I'm kidding. We have a poll.
No, that thing was always confusing to me, and it was huge.
We have a poll going live on the channel right now. We only got 44 votes in though, so let's up that. It's what game defined in television to make you support and love it. You can only pick 4, so I didn't put sports games. We'll do something separate for that. But right now we have a poll of Astro Smash, Burger Time, Night Stalker, and Advanced Dungeons and Dragons or Cloudy Mountain. Right now, Astro Smash in the lead at 39%. That seems to be the game that most people think of when they think of their love for television. Following up with that is Night Stalker and AD&D at both 25%, and Burger Time at a measly 11%. So that is what an upset, huh?
Yeah, 1H Biceps was with me. He picked Night Stalker.
There we go. Where is it?
And I've never even touched Night Stalker. It just looks neat.
Rabbot. Oh, it's fun.
Jose, I'm going to go with the Game Gear. I never really had a Lynx. It didn't really appeal to me all that much.
Beep, boop.
I had a Game Boy, loved my Game Boy, had a Game Gear, loved it, but the battery life sucked. I had that thing hooked into the power brick that came with it like 90% of the time I played it at my house.
Yeah, I just think...
I'm sorry.
I mean, the technology just wasn't there at the time. I think Nintendo had the right idea with kind of just scaling things down and getting something that can give you kind of, a downgraded version of those games where, that's where portable was. And, the Lynx was a beast, but yeah, it consumed and Game Gear, forget about it.
I think the Lynx arguably was more powerful than the Game Gear. It just,
definitely.
They didn't get the game support.
For very little, but I wasn't a big on handheld, but when the Nomad came out and I could take my actual Genesis games and play those on the go, I asked for a Nomad for my birthday and I got it. I wish I never would have sold it because I loved that.
The Nomad was always cool. I always wanted one. They only ever had it at Toys R Us, and it was so expensive. I remember just never picking it up. I knew a couple people that had them, and it was really cool, but never owned one myself. Same way with the Turbo Express.
Oh, Turbo Express, yeah, exactly. You're playing the exact same games you're playing on your home console. That's. I guess I wasn't. I always felt, even as a kid, I think I always felt that. Well, if I can play Nintendo, why would I
pushing the banner just having this conversation about sexbot links?
But I always thought like the handhelds were, and they were. I understood because they couldn't be as powerful, but they were just downgraded versions of the better ones you could play.
Not always, man. There were some games that were designed specifically for like Game Boy. There were a couple of like Game Boy specific Castlevania games. There was a Mutant Ninja Turtle game that was specifically for Game Boy. They had a bunch of exclusives.
They had a ton. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that just wouldn't. It wasn't just like a translation of the Nintendo. I mean, there was exclusive, custom versions of everything from Contra to Wizards and Warriors, Mega Man. I mean, they were all, their unique versions.
I mean, there was some stuff that they just tried to move over, like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that.
Those did not work.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially stuff like Mortal Kombat. I think I was watching like AVGN talking about all the Mortal Kombat ports that were on the handhelds and how bad they ended up being. Yeah. Oh, you did a screen mod? No kidding. So I bet that looks fantastic. I thought it looked great back in the day because to me everything was a little more condensed, so it wasn't as pixelated. Like, so you could play Mortal Kombat 3 on Genesis on the new Genesis console. That's a Jaguar and a Genesis combined.
Everybody loses.
You want
everybody loses.
You want that Genesis? No. But I used to like play it on the Genesis on like a 27-inch back in the day CRT TV, and in the Genesis the graphics were a little more grainy, but on the Nomad, because that TV kind of squished it down a little bit and maybe condensed those pixels a little bit better, it always looked a lot better on the Nomad. And then Nomad obviously had the built-in 6 buttons, and back in the day, I don't think I got it until much later in life. It was a 6-button control. I always had the 3 buttons, so I'd be like, "Oh,
see,
man."
That's why I didn't do a lot of fighting games there, because I never had the 6-button controller. And even when I started getting gamepads that had 6 buttons, I always found it awkward because I'm still trying to use my thumb to reach all 6 buttons, and it was just kind of awkward to do for me. I always preferred an arcade stick where I could use my hand, my whole hand to hit the buttons. I always preferred that.
Mm-hmm. I always loved playing it in the arcade or with a joystick because that was just the way it was made to be played at the time. Now it's went beyond that, so it's like on consoles. Now you're more used to using
Dude, I cannot wait for that Turtles collection. We're gonna have so many Turtles games soon. It's gonna be great. People are gonna be sick of the Ninja Turtles in a couple of months when these games drop, because that collection, everybody's gonna stream that, and then when Shredder's Revenge comes out, everybody's gonna stream that.
Yeah, man. I hope that they'll address that, guys. I know a lot of people are talking about this. I'm seeing it.
Who are they talking about now?
Oh, just talking about the refunds thing. So I just hope I hope it's addressed with whatever.
Yeah.
Bought a Retrobit Duo portable a few years ago, but it was a Retrobit Duo a few years ago that was cool with the power switch. But wait, what's the Retrobit?
I've never heard of that. I don't know.
So that has to be something like a handheld Turbo Express.
No, I think Retrobit Duo might be. Is that going to be like a
or Game
SNES?
Oh, this
Nintendo
is a NES
portable?
SNES combo.
Yeah.
Console is what it is.
The Duo, was Super Nintendo and Nintendo. So then
it's
a portable
not that
version.
They got them on eBay for like $60. It's not too bad.
So I'm trying to catch up through chat. It's kind of bouncing around. Weird, I don't see Potion's post in chat, but I see on video. I love blacklight art. My mattress is a masterpiece. Gross.
Oh, chat went so weird.
Born. Let me catch up here. Sean says Sega Genesis graphics always love me some good. Yeah, it really. I really love the art style on 16-bit games. They look fantastic.
Actually, I thought the 90s was a cool generation anyway. That whole span. Because the PlayStation had its own look and feel. The Genesis did. The Super Nintendo did. TurboGrafx. They all kind of had their own.
The CDI.
Yeah, they all kind of had their own feel and look. Like the 3DO didn't really look like the CDI or anything else. Like they all had very unique takes on art style.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was the last era. I guess it wasn't the last era. Early 2000s are probably the last era where you have, really unique processors before they started running into the
now everything is so
uniform GPUs
that it's all kind of uniform now, and you lost a little bit of that flavor.
Yeah, everything is Ryzen or AMD, and yeah.
Jan says, why aren't the Evercade games curated? If they only handpicked the quality games only. I just said that earlier in the stream. Absolutely.
Yeah, we were all talking about that.
Absolutely, man. I agree. 100%.
They are curated. It's just, if they were curated for quality games, they would be much more expensive, or you'd have much fewer. I think, they're trying to get a decent mix. I mean, realize that we're paying $20 for 8 old games, a couple bucks a pop. That's a lot cheaper than I think most other platforms have them.
A Jaguar Mini.
Yeah, because I think even just one of the games on the Indie Heroes collection is like $3. One of them's like 10, so that's 13 already out of a $20 card if you were to buy them independently. So getting that and more on a $20 card, even if a few of those are free to download, isn't terrible.
Yeah,
and a lot of that card is really solid games. There's a few on there I'm like, I won't be playing this one again.
Oh yeah.
But Dirkside says
that's on almost every Evercade card I have.
Yeah, pretty much.
We need more Sega Minis, Master System, and Dreamcast. I would love to see a Dreamcast one, by the way.
I would too.
I think
I'd be good with the Master System one too. I still probably need to pick up the Genesis one just so I have a tiny little Genesis.
The HD Genesis one came with a bunch of Master System stuff on there. And I believe it can be hacked. I just saw a video on that.
Oh, I'm sure. You can crack any of those, man. You can crack the NES one and SNES one too.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can load more games.
Yeah, the best console. Yeah. Yes, especially Hotel Mario.
Well, excuse me, princess.
That Mario.
CDI was mentioned.
No matter what, it'll have its place in history. I hope it's a good place, man. I know it's been.
It's going to be somewhere in there. It'll be a footnote somewhere, at least.
It's true. Everything was a difference of video games hardware back then, but nowadays it's just the same because they had. Because I said this, yeah. It's different. Back then everything was just up and coming and new and trying to break, and now it seems like it's almost plateaued to a point where it's just more VR or realistic or
it was still the industry trying to figure itself out. You got to remember, like, video games have been around since like the 70s. Well, 60s if you count the original Pong and oscilloscope, right? But didn't really start hitting more mainstream until like late 70s, early 80s.
50s or 40s if you count the cathode ray amusement device.
Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
That's fine. You can be an actually guy.
Actually.
It doesn't come out
but
with a console.
Still, it didn't really start hitting its stride until I'd say probably mid 80s after the initial crash in the United States. And then Nintendo started trying to revitalize it with an entertainment system. Then everybody started getting back in the game. So through the 90s, they were all still trying to figure out what worked, what didn't work, what was going to distinguish them from everybody else, because everybody was trying to have a stake in the game and trying to bring something different to the table. As things kind of filtered down and the industry kind of grew up, much like MMA went from having a lot of diverse fighting styles to having MMA as the fighting style. Video games kind of narrowed down to what works and started moving from there at that point.
King says the Intellivision Collection 1 for the Evercade VS is great for the most part. I enjoyed that collection. I'm still waiting on.
I gotta boot that one up. I've still not booted that up. I'm a terrible Intellivision rep.
I wish I had a list of what was on Collection 2, but I'm excited about that one. So,
is it just for the VS? Because I don't have the VS. I just have the standard Evercade.
It's for both. It's for both.
I think it'll work on the Evercade.
Need a VS though, because I'd rather play it off of that than this handheld.
Yeah, everything except the Namco carts work off the VS.
Yeah, there's nothing exclusive to the VS. I don't think that you can't play on the standard Evercade, but there are things on the standard Evercade you can't play on the VS. The Namco stuff being an example.
So the purple arcade carts are playable on the portable? I think
those are playable. Hold on, I'll boot one up.
Isaiah says, "Is the 10% chance quote from Tommy true?" I have not heard that, man.
Guys, you can ask us that question as much as you want in here, but we've not heard directly from Tommy or anybody.
Yeah.
If Retro Bro is in here and he got that from Tommy, and Tommy said that to him, then take that for what it is. But we do not know.
Yeah, I have not heard that myself.
Tommy has not talked to me. He has not told me that. I haven't talked to Tommy in a while. I reached out to him a couple times when his father passed, and he sent me kind of a thank you back for that, and then he kind of went quiet again. So I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, he's been pretty much staying off social media, dealing with his family issues and his issues, and it's just I just hope everything. I hope we see him again soon. I'll just say that,
And Rab, I just put up my Galago collection, my arcade collection, on my Evercade handheld, and it works.
Perfect. All right, I got some stuff to order.
Thank you, sir. Right up. Whether or not you want to play those on there, because it's going to look really tiny. Because of the way the arcade games are laid out. Take that for what you will.
What's MVS? Or am I having a brain fart? Or am I not know what that is?
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. Collection 2 is not as good as the one, but it has a couple of good games. Yeah, I mean, there's ones on. I almost forgot what's on it. That's why I wanted to. But I just want it because I really enjoyed the first one. It did have some bugs, but then they kind of upgraded it. But I'm also playing it on the handheld, which is the main reason for a lot of the issues that it had, because it had some pausing issues where it would just make a loud screeching noise when you paused, or it'd take the last note of the tune that was playing on the game, and it would start fast forwarding after you let off the pause button. But I believe it was just on the handheld. So a favorite game on the NES, Nightshade. Oh, it was on Evercade. No kidding.
Okay, they're saying Neo Geo MVS. That's what MVS is. So I do not have an Neo Geo. Chuck, do you have an Neo Geo?
Well, is that what the MVS is? Neo Geo?
Yeah, there was two. There was the MVS and what was the other? The AES?
No, I always wanted one though, because that was like the arcade, huge arcade system back in those
those carts were massive too, because it was basically an arcade board in cart form. Yeah.
It's I always wanted one, but I never had one. Now I had a Neo Geo multi arcade, like an actual Neo Geo with the. And they made these carts that were one giant cart, but it had 161 in one. So usually there'd be the arcade machines would have a 2-slot or a 3-slot or a 4-slot. Some of them I think were even 6 slots, and you could change out the games with the push of the button. This one had a multi-cart, and it was a normal size arcade, set up for 2 players, but it had 161 Neo Geo games in there. I had a Bomberman World in there, or Neo Bomberman. I had all the fighting games, all the Neo Geo fighting games. So I had the stand-up arcade, like the coin-op arcade stuff, but I did not have the home system.
An old Neo Geo stand-up arcade machine would be fun to have these days.
Vectrex Mini. That would be, well, I mean, yeah, it would have to be, yeah, like a mini would be cool. I was going to say, like, it'd be a handheld, I guess, then, right? A Virtual Boy Mini.
I think a Vectrex Mini is just like those little Coleco tabletops.
Yeah, that would it be.
Okay, Neo Geo arcade machine multi-video system. Okay. So I think he's asking if you had that one of the actual stand-ups then, like the arcade.
Oh, I had the stand-up, yes. Yeah, the pause is messed up exactly. Home button is the only way to do it right now. So it must do it on the VS as well then. You'd think they'd do a patch on that, or I don't know if they could. I don't know how it works, though, with cartridges.
Was it? Which one's messed up?
The Intellivision Collection one, when you hit pause.
Oh!
Yeah,
okay.
It has a bunch of, it's like I said, it makes a screeching sound, or when you release the pause, everything fast forwards like it's going super fast. It just, I thought I haven't played it recently, but that's what it was doing, and I had to use the home button as well.
Now, does Blaze work on that on their end, or when they're? Because I'm just assuming Intellivision is the licensee or licenser.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's. I mean, but I've seen, the thing is they're using, and I can, because I recognize that they're using the same emulation as I believe it's called JZNTV emulator, which is the same thing you can get on a Raspberry Pi, because I have it set up when I was building my arcade stand-up for Intellivision. And it's the same emulation. So there's nothing wrong with the emulation that has something to do with the Evercade. Because they're using the same one, and it doesn't do that on mine when I hit the pause button. So, yeah, I don't know. It's something that they need to figure out why it's doing that. Yes, I did update the firmware. They fixed some. All it really did was fix the menu and some of the sounds, but like,
yeah, they basically added the menu system of the VS in there, and they made it to where you could plug your Evercade controller into your VS and use it as a controller.
Yeah.
Which is,
Oh yes, dude, I completely agree. Hudson's, you're talking about a Hudson Soft collection?
Yeah, Hudson Soft collection with like Air Zonk, Bonk, all those.
Bombermans, there's like a
Adventure Island would be good on there.
Adventure Island. I was gonna say there's some crazy ones like Starship Hector on the NES, and Zybot or Xexes. Xexes is another one. I love Hudson games. There was a point where I was just looking for Hudson games in general and just buying them because I just absolutely love them. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah,
I don't know if they'll get that though, because
Micro Mini.
NES had those licenses, and then Hudson got sold to
Konami.
Oh God, Konami!
It's all Konami. We're never going to see anything ever.
Doomed.
We did get the TurboGrafx and Turbo Duo minis from, not the Turbo Duo, but the PC Engine Mini. So
yeah.
I wish they'd have updated games or release more collections on it.
Konami's put collections on the Switch and PlayStation, so I mean it's possible.
I got their Castlevania collections.
I just think they might be an OLED screen. Bourne says.
Yeah, I know. You can see that.
Everything's better with OLED.
Oh, it freezes up and glitches. I'm trying to remember if I had any glitching with it. I don't think I did. Because I would rack up, because mine had a coin counter LED built into my arcade machine as well, so I would basically rack up the credits. I think I had some issue with it. If I didn't do the credits right away, sometimes it would glitch when going to add extra credits during the game while it's doing the continue screen. But it's been such a long time. It's literally been probably 6 or 7 years since I've had that arcade. Konami rhymes with salami.
I'm not familiar with Stern. TV has off Medicom.
Well, it'll give you burn in. There's a
Stern, the pinball company.
Yeah, they're the only ones left now.
There's more. I mean, they're the only ones, but there's several. I mean,
as far as the ones that were around for like years, that they're the last. Like Williams and Bally doesn't do pinball anymore. They were the other two big ones, as well as Gottlieb. But yeah, like Stern's the only one that's actually putting out stuff routinely, as far as a big company. But they've been putting out some decent stuff, though. I'll give you that.
Well, didn't Stern buy? Did they buy Bally?
That I'm not sure. If they did, I'd be nice if they'd release like some of those Bally machines. Although I'm more of a Williams pinball guy.
Yeah,
like
maybe like a Warner Brothers or somewhere with all those.
I don't play enough pinball to really even have like any idea.
CT.
That's who manufactures a pinball machine. What's up, CT?
Well, let me check the poll. I'm about to close this poll because we're going to start a different one. So let's see. We're at 55 votes. So we're at Astro Smash 38%, Burger Time 13, Night Stalker 27, and Dungeons and Dragons at 22. So it looks like I'm going to give this one more minute. And so get all your alt accounts out and make it so what game to find in television to make you support and actually love in television. Was it Astro Smash, Burger Time, Night Stalker, or Dungeons and Dragons? Those are your 4 because once again, they only give me 4 options. And then we're going to do sports games after this. So
Isaiah's got a good point. Given the popularity of Souls difficult games, I think Ghosts and Goblins has actually found more popular with current gen than most of the other NES games. But there were a lot of NES games that were not as hard, but close to that level of difficulty.
If we go back to 4-bit again, gaming to be your G to be 100% recyclable. It'll be a while before we hit the limit roof again. Nice.
Yeah, Bally makes slots and gyms.
There's a lot of slots in Las Vegas. Remember that,
Jersey Jacks. That's what I was thinking of. There's a few pinball machine
Bally's
makers
owned
out
by
there.
Williams is what One Inch Bicep says.
Yeah. I know they started eating one another, but I guess video game companies do the same thing as well. But Stern put out Frenzy and Berserk, so there's a couple games that could put on a little collection. At least 2.
I'm trying to remember what the difference between Frenzy and Berserk are. To me, they always look the same. Or was it one like a sequel to the other? It was just extra boards or something.
Were these like electronic pinball games, or I'm not?
Oh no, Berserk was and Frenzy were basically like they had it on Atari as well, I believe. It was basically you're a little guy running around shooting robots in the
robots in the room, and
they had the little
sounds neat.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very simple, like a super simple. Oh, yeah, this Iron Maiden one is amazing. Spooky pinball.
I think I saw that one once, but I never played
awesome. It. You can add you can add different songs to it and everything. A lot of those are like that now. Like the Metallica one when the Aerosmith were like that as well. And then they had they made a Black Knight sequel. It was called The Sword of something, and it had Anthrax and Death Clock did a collaboration to make the music, and it's all
oh my god, Death Clock collaborating with a real band.
Oh, well, they are a real band. They toured.
I know. I saw them. I was living in twice. I was living in Buffalo at the time when we saw them at concert.
That's
and
awesome.
For basically just a studio band, they were amazing, dude. They put on a killer show.
I love this. Hasselhoff says the difference between Frenzy and Berserk.
Berserk was the spelling.
It's very true.
Did they both have the Evil Auto? I think so.
Good night, Stevie. Thanks
for
jumping in,
man.
Stevie. Oh, Iron Maiden's awesome.
Good night.
I was just listening to them again like the other day, and I was just like, they're such an underrated. I
gotta pick up more of them, man. I've been loving Somewhere in Time. I think I've listened to that like 4 times since I bought it.
One's robots, one's monsters, but they all kind of look like robots back then, though.
Little pixel men.
Yeah, little pixel men, exactly. Like a block with 2 sticks for arms and legs and a little square head. It's like, no, that's a plant person. That's
See, it depends if you played in the arcade or if you played it on a home system. You played on a home system, well, maybe ColecoVision, you get a little bit better graphics, but if you played it on like Atari, forget it.
Here's something I think that people that no, I don't know if anybody's done this or not. Maybe the chat can answer this. Has anybody migrated pinball into VR? Where you could move around to different pinball machines and go to them and play them.
That would be
dope. And then you could use like the controls and stuff like that, and try to tilt and all that other kind of stuff. That'd be cool.
Well, it looks like we got our poll winner. It's Astro Smash seems to be the big one. Slightly behind that, Night Stalker at 31. Astro Smash at 37 though. Then coming in third place was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and only 12% for Burger Time. So.
I think it's it's a confusing question, Hasselhoff. I think it might be which one is more iconic.
Yeah, like it's all up to the people, I'm going to
Retro Bros like if they can do it with porn, there's no reason they can't do it with pinball.
It's true. You're still nudging and shoving, right?
I think the VR set needs a little pelvic belt or something for those flapper thrusts.
Hey, you could use that for pinball, maybe. I don't know. How do you play pinball?
It's for my pinball collection, honey. What are your hands doing? I'm trying to tilt the board. It doesn't look like a tilt.
That looks an awful lot more like a slap than tilt. Shut up! Don't judge me.
Why are you slapping the pinball like that? It's just the one side. I'm trying to get the ball to come over to this side, and I'm setting up the other pole, guys. Hold on. It's gonna be what's the best sport?
I'm just presuming the show went off the rails like an hour before I hopped on.
Dude, we started off the rails, man. That's what happens when you leave us unsupervised. The last time you left us unsupervised, Lingos were involved.
T-shirts.
Yeah, we made T-shirts.
Available somewhere. All right, the next one is up now. It's the best sports game. I can only do 4, so I had to. It was either basketball or bowling, and I love bowling, so I was a little biased, so I left basketball off. So it's baseball, football, bowling, or golf.
PJ Smith's comment, why are you choking a pinball machine?
You love Rush pinball? I don't know if I've played Rush. Yeah, why are you choking? Yes, we definitely are a hilarious train wreck. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And I still am all in, by the way. 3 different consoles, few differences. Trying to catch up here. It's Nick's fault. What is your... Oh, yeah, I know.
I think the whole VR thing is my fault. It's partially my fault, partially Retro Bros' fault. It's a joint effort, hockey. I feel like. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, man?
Sorry, Thomas. I know hockey and basketball had to. Maybe we'll do one with the other sports games on there. We'll throw in auto racing, hockey, basketball, a couple other ones. It only lets me do 4. I wish you'd let me do like 6, at least 6.
Well, you got 4, so you got Vectron, you got Reversi, you got
horse racing. I mean, that's usually a sport for the horse. I don't know how much the other person gets out of it. They get a ride. They ride along. Oh, I'm playing virtual pinball again. A 4-player Jetspin pinball machine that's restorable. I want to give it to you if you're interested. Wait, what's a Jetspin pinball? Like an actual pinball, dude? Why have I never heard of that? Oh, you probably meant Jetsons then, right? Not Jetspin, unless they're one called Jetspin.
I have no idea.
Dude, that's friggin' insane. I used to have one of those, like, right now I used to have high speed and I had a bunch of them throughout the years, but like the ones I had, the most recent ones was high speed, which I sold. And then right now I got Williams Fire and Williams Sorcerer, which is I'll be basically buried with that one. It's bowling to me. They voted because, bowling is my favorite sport. Yes. I love bowling, by the way. That's like my favorite game on the Intellivision. That's not my only favorite, but it's one of my tops. I love Astro Smash as well. And poker and blackjack. I like mostly everything on the Intellivision because I'm a shill, right? Polls making me angry. Gotta go.
Have a good night, Hasselhoff. Thanks for popping in, man.
Those jockeys get a workout beating that horse. Hey, and it's like, I hurt my arm beating that horse. At least you're not beating a dead horse.
Or are you?
This is a tough poll. Yeah, this one I figured would be a little tougher. I'm not a fan of bowling, but I love. Okay. Hey. So let's see. Where are we at now? So we only got 25 minutes. We're 3 minutes in. I'm sorry, 25 votes. Oh my God, this might be. I don't know.
I just voted for bowling because it's the only one of these that's and it's only loosely considered a sport that I play, and that's bowling.
I would say the same. I have never golfed in my life, except
I have. It's not very fun.
I voted for Highlight.
Well,
not even in the right chat.
I like it. Wait, are the sex bots in here again? No. The baseball is at 41%, bowling at 30%, football at 19%, and golf at a measly 11%. So we'll let this keep going till show end, which will be pretty soon because we're already over an hour. I didn't realize. It's bowling.
Yeah, we're becoming experts at talking about nothing for hours on end. We're getting really good.
You're looking for a Wednesday night fun, and we talk about absolutely everything, but at the same time, nothing.
Absolutely nothing of consequence. Come check out our show.
Make sure you subscribe to everyone here.
Like and subscribe for more nonsense.
I love.
I believe this is a transferable skill, fellas.
It's called management, sir.
I got my Dino Blaster.
Or politics, both work.
This is a professional in PR and communication.
Darkside says the sex bots see Nick. They come in droves. It's Nick's fault. The show's supposed to go on forever. It even has the name. It does. And forever and ever.
And ever.
Yeah, so I'm going to let this go for this one. Good. We're at almost 30 votes. Baseball's still in the lead. Oh, man. So football and bowling are head-to-head right now at 27, baseball at 37. Golf just lost down one at 10%.
Okay, that's what you
enjoy the golf. How about a poll on why it's Nick's fault?
Wait, is this PGA golf or is this chip shot?
That became like a running thing thanks to
very
Panda.
confusing.
I'm going to have to smack him upside the head at some point.
There's supposed to be some new homebrews coming out. I know there's a bunch already announced, but I think there's going to be some more. We always talk about it on Astro Smashed, and Papa Pete talks about it as well too. But yeah, I know there's supposed to be. I know that Frankenstein's Monster. There's another space shooter one coming out. There's also Unlucky Pony Adventures, which looks kind of neat. And then there's a few other homebrews in the works, and I guess they're about to announce some other stuff too. So if you guys like classic stuff and talking in television original homebrews, please tune in Mondays at 7 Eastern for Astro Smashed, where we talk about all that as well.
Dude, the homebrew scene's actually become like a really cool evolving scene the more I've looked at it, because they're doing stuff for Game Boy and NES and Genesis and television and
Atari, all those systems.
They're really pushing hardware well beyond the limits that I even thought was possible.
And it's matured beyond just your standard ROM hacks, which are interesting sometimes, but
those are a lot of fun. But these are totally unique games.
What people have been able to do with NES Maker, and it's just.
Could you imagine
really, really impressive?
Doom on the Intellivision. Oh, I bet that cover art would be amazing.
It would be amazing cover art, but I can't imagine more than you'd almost have to do it as a side scroller, right?
I want to see Doom on the original Odyssey, where you have to put on the television clings for every room.
Oh, it'd be awful. Oh, it sounds so terrible. Oh, excuse me.
I would buy that just to have the clings. I'd be sticking them on random TVs around the house.
Dude, I always said this would be a good on the AMICO would be mini golf. I know he's talking about something else. What's up, back?
Yeah.
That's an Etsy opportunity, somebody out there. We will buy those.
But mini golf or mini golf on the original Intellivision homebrew would be sweet too. I saw the stream start at 50 minutes. No, we've been going for about an hour 15.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cricket, you got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. How about a game called Crickets and Crumpets?
He was actually making a Ninja Turtles reference. I don't know if you caught that or not. Ninja Turtles movie reference?
Oh, is that what? Okay.
That's what that was.
I didn't catch it. Oh, yeah, Doom was awesome on the PC. Remember when that came out? People were like, oh, my God, because you were playing Wolfenstein. You were like, well, Doom is going to be the newest thing ever. Couldn't get to work my emulator. The worst Doom ever? Yeah, Doom for the Odyssey. Besides Doom for the Odyssey, Doom for the 3DO. It's the worst game ever ported. because one person did it and it was terrible. Okay,
God,
so
now I need sounds terrible because you've only got like the D-pad.
No, we need like a Tiger Electronics Doom with like the LCD.
God, with just the LCD.
Oh God!
Or no. We need a Mattel Electronics Doom where it's just like eight little red lights that light up and it just makes some awful sounds.
Do it on Tiger wristwatch.
I would like that. I'd buy the Doom wristwatch.
Not even a Tiger wristwatch, a Casio or something.
So yeah, we got
Sanyo.
So I'm going to let this go for about another minute, and I'm closing this poll. I know this; it's just because we're kind of getting to the end of the show here.
John Alvarado, I've seen DJC play a video game. He's special.
I try my best. So baseball is at
there are national treasures, and there are those we treasure because
so
there are those that are special.
Baseball's at 35%, football at 27%, bowling at 24%. Come on, bowling fans. Golf at 14%.
I voted for bowling. Don't look at me.
I appreciate it. I just need more bowling support here. Although they're all great. I know baseball is one of the best on there.
Big Block, that light gun is a Nintendo light gun. I think that was their first.
I heard Doom works on the play date. Yeah,
you have to wind up the guns with a crank. It's just...
You had to play when you played television Donkey Kong. You have to double jump to get the hammer. Yeah. Oh, that's impossible to get that hammer. Thank you, John. I know you do. It's all in good fun. Look at this. DJ sees the worst game with the reverse Billy Mitchell. Thanks.
I don't know. Billy Mitchell got like hammered for like cheating on his high score. I think they stripped him of like everything on that one.
Yeah, didn't he like screw? I don't know how he did it. He did some sort of code or typed in.
He did some sort of goofiness, and they called him on it.
That's crazy. But what's also crazy is the poll I'm about to end right now, and baseball is won at 37%, football at 26%, bowling at 24%, and golf at only 13%. How about that?
Sounds about right.
Bowling went down again as I closed it.
I like bowling better than the rest of them.
I'm surprised that baseball didn't run away with it more. I mean, it was so popular back then early 80s for everyone that was playing it then. It was like far and away the
sport. Sports.
Yeah, B17, but we can do voice ones for next week. Maybe we'll set up the voice games and vote on that because I think there actually is only 4. Yes.
Yeah, well, that makes it easy.
Yeah. Peter Dinklage actually played Billy Mitchell in the Pixels movie, didn't he? Or someone
a Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, he played the
that persona. Yeah, he was like in prison and stuff.
Yeah, he had like a 7-foot ego.
Oh, a version of Warlords. Yeah, that would be awesome for like a homebrew for the original. That would be pretty awesome. Well, anyways, with that being said, we're going to end it here. We're about an hour, almost an hour 20 in. So I appreciate all of you guys, and hopefully we'll be hearing something soon by the end of the month from Intellivision. And once again, everything in the last few months has been only speculation and hearsay. I learned that from the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. Hearsay until you actually hear it from officially. So I'm all in still. I think
I'm going to use one I learned from Phoenix Wright. Objection.
Hearsay. Leading. Exactly. AMICO forever. Exactly. But anyways, what do you got coming up on the Geeks with Cash channel?
I am struggling to get my indie collection review thing up this week. The Indie Heroes collection. I started my review not knowing you were also doing a review. So we're kind of doing the same thing at the same time. Just I'm slower at it than you are.
I got Calico. I got Calico next, so as long as you're not doing that next.
Yeah, right? I don't think I'm doing that one next. I've got other carts, and I'm waiting on a couple other carts to rob. But I want to do that one because I want to. I realized I hadn't done any Evercade stuff in a while, so I wanted to get at least something out for that and start kind of getting in touch with that crowd. And I'll probably be doing something on getting Game Pass on the Steam Deck. I had a request for that. So that'll probably play out pretty well whenever I get that one done. It doesn't look too bad. It just looks like it's going to be a pain to explain.
I hear you. CT says, I dig your new.
Thank you, CT. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I definitely want to do more Evercade stuff because I'm having fun with it, and I kind of want to share my opinion on that because it's a little bit different than some of the ones out there. Because you got a lot of fanatical people with it, and they love everything on it, and you got a lot of people that hate everything on it. And I feel like I'm in the middle, just kind of a good place to be.
I'm literally getting every one of these carts to complete the collection. I mean, I'm almost at 21 now. So it's like, I only have 4 more carts or 5 more carts to pick up after that.
I don't know. I may go through
going all the way.
On my next paycheck and order like 5 carts or something just to
bananas.
Catch up.
Great show. Yeah. Bananas. Amber
narcissistic turd.
My dog stepped on a beat. It still cracks me up. Rab, you still with us? All I see is just a blank avatar, and it scares me.
That's my persona now. It's just a blank canvas.
Hey, Cyrus. Take care, man.
Thanks for watching, Cy.
Thanks for watching, man.
Awesome, dude. Anyways, yeah.
Thanks, Cy.
Time of death.
Time of death, 10:55 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for everyone watching. I appreciate it. As you see, we can talk gaming, all types of gaming while we wait. And hopefully, like I said, we'll hear some news end of month from Intellivision. Until then, we will see you next week with more polls, more silliness, more questions. And, we almost forgot our little...
I know, our mascot barely made an appearance. Except for...
Uh-oh. See you later, everyone.